Hi everyone, welcome back to class. Welcome back to class. I'm so glad to be in class today. Welcome back. Thank you all for your support so far. It means a lot to me. Thank you, and for the feedback I'm getting. It's really encouraging. Thank you so very much to all my returning subscribers. Thank you for always coming back. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, this is where we learn biochemistry in simple English. Please do well to also subscribe and let us learn together. What we'll be discussing today is metabolism. Metabolism. In biochemistry, you will have been hearing the term metabolism, metabolic pathway. When they mention anything, there must be something metabolism inside it. They must refer to metabolic pathway. They must refer to metabolism. Now you kept wondering, what is this? What is even all this big grammar that they are saying? What is this metabolism all about? Now I'm here for you. This is what we want to discuss today. Metabolism is the overall chemical reactions that occur in the living organism which help to sustain life by maintaining the activities of the cell, by also promoting growth of the living organism, also it by energy generation, conversion of energy, generation of energy. Now, how we do things here. Let's break it down in our own simple and practical way. Now, you you finish eating a bowl of food. Then, after, let's say you have a big bowl of rice and chicken stew for your breakfast, and that was around 9 a.m. in the morning. Now, maybe during the course of the day, you feel the need to go to the toilet and make use of the toilet, and you went there. Now, the food that you ate, was it the same food that came out when you went to the toilet? Definitely no. So we can tell me that okay, it was the waste product that came out, right? And the general thing that we all know is that even if you did not know anything, you know that uh, uh, digestion has taken place. If you did not know anything, so we know that everything is just digestion that has taken place. Fine. Now let's bring it to metabolism. See, the process between when you consume your food and the food being broken down, where you get energy and you are able to do whatever thing you are doing, before you now go to excrete the waste product. That process is metabolism. So can you now let's now go back to our definition. Metabolism is the overall chemical reaction. So the process that is converting our food to energy that we're able to use is the chemical reaction we are referring to. The chemical reaction is that process that converts the food to energy. And why do we need this metabolism process? Number one, we said for the maintenance of the activity of the cell. We said also for promoting growth, also for generation of energy. Now, when we now say, let's now take that to metabolic pathway. Metabolic pathway is just like a means of achieving our metabolism. Remember, I said you had a bowl of rice, rice and chicken stew in the morning. The rice will give you carbohydrates. So when rice give you carbohydrates, in that food also you use chicken stew. So you have chicken there. That chicken will give you protein. So in that same food, the stew that you use oil in cooking it. Even the stew, the pepper mix, you have different vitamins and minerals that are there. But let's just make use of the fat that is in the oil that you use. Let's now put fat. You have all this in the bowl of rice and chicken stew. So this is why where you get all this. Now, our metabolic pathway is that the process where these carbohydrates will be broken down to give you the energy that you need is different from the process where this protein will be broken down to give you the energy. It is also different from the process where this fat, in which this fat will pass through to give you energy. Now, these different processes is now what we can now say metabolic pathway. Metabolic pathway. So this carbohydrate has its own pathway. This protein also has its own pathway. Fat also has its own pathway. And the another thing is that this pathway, they are now related. They are now related. Going back to our definition of metabolism itself, that it's the overall reaction. So the reaction that occurs here, the reaction that occurs here, the reaction that occurs here, which is also the pathway, the carbohydrate pathway that we have here, the pathway for here, the pathway for here, everything equals to metabolism. They are interconnected to each other. Do you remember our previous class where we talk about integration of metabolic pathway, where we looked at it in respect to the Krebs cycle with in relation to carbohydrates, protein, and fat. If you have not checked out that video, I will leave the description to that video in the description box so that you can check it out. You'll be able to understand this very well. Now, we today we'll be able to establish what is metabolism all about and what is metabolic pathway. So in summary, if you can just say metabolism and metabolic pathway. Let's take for example in your school, your higher institution that you have. Your higher institution comprises of different departments inside that higher institution. So your higher institution is your metabolism. Your higher institution is your metabolism. Now, the different departments in that your school is our metabolic pathway. And you know, the goal of every department in that school that you have is to enhance the proper functioning of your school as a whole. So the goal of any metabolic pathway is to enhance the proper functioning of the metabolism process of the living organism. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand this description to this place. Now, let's move forward. We've established what metabolism means. We've also established what metabolic pathway is. Now, let's move further. This metabolism, it could be of two types. The process at which we have the chemical reaction converting your nutrients to energy, it could be of two types. It could be that it is helping you to break down. It could be that it's helping you to break down the nutrients to give you energy, or it will also be that it is helping you to assemble things together to give you another product. It could be that it's breaking down to give you energy or build up, which now make use of energy. The term we can I use for it is this breakdown is also known as this breakdown is also known as catabolism. Why this build up is anabolism? Remember where we are coming from? We've established that metabolism is the overall chemical reactions that occurs in living organisms that help them in sustain life. Now, and how it achieves this is through different metabolic pathways. Now, we now said that this process now could be of two types. We have the breakdown and we have the build up. Under this breakdown is what known as catabolism. Why this build up is what we know as anabolism. Mostly under this breakdown, there is release of energy after this breakdown has occurred. And now, this anabolism, which is build up, you are getting a new, you are getting a new product. Mostly it's consuming energy, and even if it's now even produce energy, it's stored its energy that it even produced, it stored it, but the energy here is released for the living organism to make use of. Now let's go back to our metabolic pathway. We will take some example of different metabolic pathways that we have and now try and look at them. Are they catabolic metabolic pathway or they are anabolic metabolic pathway? Meaning that, do this particular pathway, does it help me to break down things to give me energy, or it build up to give me product and consume energy? Let's move to that now.